consciousness as the underlying source of neutrons, protons, and electrons, an exploration into manifestation at the subatomic level. Hello my sweet God Candies. Today, we embark on an intriguing journey into the realm of particle physics, where we will explore an unconventional perspective on the fundamental building blocks of matter. In this lecture, we will delve into the notion that neutrons, protons, and electrons, the fundamental particles of atoms, are composed of pure consciousness. Buckle up and prepare for a mind-expanding exploration. I highly recommend that you take notes. In this lecture video we will use the phrase giving rise to. In the context of this lecture, giving rise to is used to suggest that consciousness is the underlying source or foundation from which the properties and characteristics of particles, such as mass, charge, and behavior, emerge. It implies that consciousness is the fundamental essence that enables the existence and manifestation of these particles. The intention behind the phrase is to explore the idea that consciousness, in this unconventional perspective, is not separate from matter but rather intertwined with it, playing a crucial role in shaping the nature of particles at the subatomic level. It suggests that the properties and behaviors of particles are not arbitrary or random but are influenced by the conscious fabric of reality itself. However, it is important to note that this perspective goes beyond mainstream scientific understanding and is more speculative in nature. The nature of consciousness and its relationship with the physical world is a topic of ongoing scientific inquiry and philosophical debate, and various perspectives exist regarding this intricate relationship. Question: what is the nature of consciousness, neutrons, protons, and electrons? Answer: consciousness refers to the state of being aware, perceiving, and experiencing subjective phenomena. It is the essence of our self-awareness and is often associated with the workings of the human mind. However, proponents of this unconventional perspective suggest that consciousness is not limited to biological organisms but permeates the fabric of reality itself. Neutrons, protons, and electrons form the basic building blocks of atoms, which constitute matter as we know it. Let's take a closer look at these particles and their properties. Neutrons are electrically neutral particles found in the nucleus of an atom. They are slightly heavier than protons and are composed of quarks, specifically 2 down quarks and 1 up quark. According to the consciousness perspective, the very essence of a neutron is consciousness itself, giving rise to its mass, charge neutrality, and other characteristics. Protons are positively charged particles also located in the atomic nucleus. Like neutrons, protons are made up of quarks. A proton consists of 2 up quarks and 1 down quark. Here, too, the proponents of this perspective suggest that consciousness is the underlying fabric from which the proton emerges, allowing it to possess its mass, positive charge, and other properties. Electrons, unlike neutrons and protons, are elementary particles and do not contain smaller constituents. They carry a negative charge and orbit the atomic nucleus. In the consciousness framework, electrons are believed to be expressions of pure consciousness, giving rise to their properties such as charge, mass, and wave-particle duality. Consciousness and quantum mechanics. The relationship between consciousness and quantum mechanics has long fascinated researchers. Quantum mechanics, the branch of physics that describes the behavior of particles at the subatomic level, introduces a probabilistic nature of reality, where particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously. This intriguing concept aligns with the idea that consciousness, being a fundamental aspect of reality, can exist in a superposition of states. While the idea that particles are composed of consciousness may appear speculative, certain experimental observations seem to provide hints supporting this perspective. For example, the famous double-slit experiment demonstrates that particles behave both as particles and waves. This duality is suggestive of a deeper interconnectedness between consciousness and the behavior of subatomic entities. The Schrödinger's cat thought experiment is a renowned illustration within the realm of quantum mechanics. Proposed by physicist Erwin Schrödinger in 1935, it raises questions about the nature of superposition and the role of consciousness in particle behavior. In the experiment, a hypothetical cat is placed in a sealed box containing a radioactive substance with a 50% chance of decaying and triggering the release of a poisonous gas that would kill the cat. According to quantum mechanics, until the box is observed, the cat exists in a superposition of states, both alive and dead, with the final outcome being determined only upon observation. This intriguing scenario prompts philosophical inquiries regarding the role of consciousness in collapsing the wave function and determining the cat's fate. While the Schrödinger's cat experiment is primarily a thought experiment meant to highlight the peculiarities of quantum mechanics, it underscores the ongoing exploration of the relationship between consciousness and the behavior of particles within the realm of quantum phenomena. If we accept the premise that neutrons, protons, and electrons are composed of pure consciousness, it opens up profound philosophical considerations. It challenges our conventional understanding of matter, consciousness, and their interplay. Furthermore, it suggests that the universe itself is imbued with consciousness, potentially leading to a more holistic and interconnected worldview. The concept that neutrons, protons, and electrons are manifestations of pure consciousness offers a thought-provoking lens through which we can explore the nature of reality at its most fundamental level. While this perspective may challenge traditional scientific paradigms, it invites us to contemplate the interconnectedness of consciousness and the building blocks of matter. Let us embrace this intellectual exploration, always seeking new understandings and pushing the boundaries of our knowledge. Question: has consciousness given rise to science? Answer: the relationship between consciousness and science is a complex and multifaceted one. While consciousness itself is subjective and experiential, science is a systematic and objective approach to understanding the natural world. It would be more accurate to say that human consciousness has given rise to the development and practice of science. Science, as we know it today, emerged from human curiosity, observation, and the desire to explain and understand the world around us. It is through our conscious awareness and cognitive abilities that we engage in scientific exploration, formulate hypotheses, conduct experiments, and analyze data to gain insights into the workings of the universe. Consciousness plays a crucial role in the entire scientific process. It is through our conscious awareness that we perceive the world, make observations, and generate questions. Consciousness allows us to reflect, reason, and engage in critical thinking, which are essential aspects of scientific inquiry. Moreover, the scientific method, which is the foundation of scientific investigation, relies on conscious awareness and objectivity. Scientists strive to minimize biases and subjective influences in their observations and analyses, seeking to obtain reliable and reproducible results. While consciousness itself is not synonymous with science, it is the human consciousness that has given rise to the development and practice of science. Our conscious awareness, curiosity, and cognitive abilities are the driving forces behind scientific exploration and the quest for understanding the natural world. In the realm of scientific knowledge, manipulating particles at the subatomic level requires advanced technological tools and methods, such as particle accelerators or specialized laboratory equipment. These tools allow scientists to study and manipulate particles by applying external forces, electromagnetic fields, or energy to induce specific changes or reactions. While there is ongoing research into the potential influence of consciousness on physical systems, the current scientific understanding does not support the idea that we can directly manipulate particles solely through our thoughts or consciousness. The behavior and interactions of particles are primarily governed by the laws of physics and the fundamental forces that act upon them. That being said, our conscious intentions and thoughts can certainly influence our actions, choices, and behaviors, which, in turn, may lead to technological advancements or scientific discoveries. Our conscious awareness and cognitive abilities enable us to develop and utilize scientific tools and methods to study and manipulate the physical world, including particles, but this process operates within the framework of scientific principles and methodologies. While the idea of directly manipulating particles through our thoughts or consciousness remains speculative and falls outside the current scientific understanding, our conscious awareness and scientific endeavors have allowed us to study, manipulate, and harness the properties and behaviors of particles through rigorous scientific investigation and technological advancements. Question: if there is only one entity in the universe, that is universal consciousness, does it not follow that science is merely an exploration of universal consciousness? Answer: the concept of universal consciousness, where there is a singular consciousness that encompasses the entire universe, is a perspective found in some philosophical and spiritual traditions. According to this viewpoint, all aspects of reality, including science, are considered to be facets or explorations of this universal consciousness. From this perspective, science can be seen as a means through which we explore and understand the manifestations and patterns within universal consciousness. Scientific inquiry seeks to uncover the underlying principles, laws, and mechanisms that govern the functioning of the universe. It aims to provide explanations and predictive models based on empirical evidence and rigorous observation. In this context, science can be viewed as a tool that allows us to delve deeper into the nature of universal consciousness. By studying the natural world, we gain insights into the workings of the universe and its interconnections, leading to a deeper understanding of the underlying fabric of reality. It is important to note, however, that the concept of universal consciousness and its relationship to science goes beyond the boundaries of mainstream scientific understanding. Science, in its conventional form, is primarily concerned with the empirical study of the physical world and does not typically incorporate metaphysical or spiritual concepts. While some philosophical and spiritual perspectives may propose a deeper connection between science and universal consciousness, it is essential to distinguish between scientific inquiry, which relies on empirical evidence and the scientific method, and metaphysical or philosophical interpretations of the nature of reality. The notion that science is an exploration of universal consciousness arises from certain philosophical and spiritual perspectives. It suggests that science can provide insights into the workings of the universe, revealing the patterns and manifestations of universal consciousness. However, it is important to recognize that this viewpoint extends beyond the current scientific consensus and falls within the realm of metaphysical and philosophical interpretations. Question: if it could be true that consciousness is the force that shapes our reality, and if it could be true that consciousness gives rise to neutrons, protons, and electrons, what would be the formula to manipulate the behavior of these atomic particles? Answer: according to some people's beliefs, consciousness is the fundamental creative force that shapes our reality, that our consciousness, specifically our thoughts, beliefs, and imaginations, plays a central role in manifesting our desires and shaping our experiences, and that our outer reality is a reflection of our inner state of consciousness, and by consciously directing our thoughts and imaginations, we have the power to transform our circumstances. Many believe that our feelings are indicators of our internal state of consciousness and that by cultivating positive emotions and aligning them with our desired outcomes, we can attract and manifest those desired experiences into our lives. Furthermore, according to Neville Goddard, for example, there is great importance to assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. He taught that by vividly imagining and embodying the experience of already having our desires fulfilled, we create a vibrational match with those desires and bring them into our reality. Consciousness is viewed as the ultimate creative force, and by harnessing and directing our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, we can consciously shape and manifest our desired experiences. It's worth noting that scientific investigations into consciousness and its relationship with matter are ongoing, but they primarily focus on understanding the neural correlates of consciousness and the cognitive processes associated with subjective experience. The direct manipulation of atomic particles through consciousness remains a topic that falls outside the mainstream scientific consensus. In summary, while the idea of a formula to manipulate atomic particles through consciousness is purely speculative, it would require a profound understanding of the underlying principles and a synthesis of scientific and metaphysical concepts. Such a formula does not currently exist within the realm of scientific knowledge and technological capabilities. Well, my sweet God Candies, thank you for joining me on this captivating journey of self-discovery. I hope you have gained from this lecture video. There are many questions left unanswered and plenty of food for thought, but one thing is for certain: you are a beautiful expression of God and you deserve the best because you are the best.